What's good, guys? In this video, I'm gonna teach you 7 mistakes new entrepreneurs make and how to fix them fast. It's actually like 100, right? But I gotta keep this video relatively short, right? Because I made a fuck ton of mistakes, right? So I'm gonna try to be as comprehensive as possible so you don't make these mistakes. And if you are making these mistakes, try to fix them as fast as possible. Number 1, right off the bat, right? Being too broad. Essentially, not niching down, right? So my personal branding students, like whenever guys come to me in my mentorship for personal branding, like the first mistake that I see them making is they're trying to do too much. They're trying to talk about every goddamn thing, right? Their mindset is focused on, oh, if I just do as many niches as possible, one of them is gonna stick. If you have a bunch of buckets, right? Let's say you have a bunch of buckets. Let's imagine these are buckets, right? And you're trying to fill each of them. Imagine this is your time and energy, right? You're trying to fill each of them. Guess what's gonna happen? By the time you fill out each bucket, you're gonna be run out of resources, time, and energy. It's much better that you pick one damn bucket. It's much better you pick one bucket and you fill it up as much as possible. I don't know how to draw a damn bucket, but you get my fucking point. Fill out one bucket as much as possible. I had a guy just yesterday, I was talking to him, one of my students, and he was saying, well, Fit, you went from dating, and then you started doing, more lifestyle and then business. And I'm saying, but that's not how I started. The problem that I see entrepreneurs make, especially with being too broad, is you look at the advanced stage of someone and you try to start copying from there. I've been making content for 5 years. I've been an entrepreneur for 5 years. Before I started making content, I was a personal trainer running my own personal training business where I would go and train people. Essentially, I was in sales. So entrepreneurship wise, I've been an entrepreneur technically for about 7 years. So I always started with one thing, maximized that thing before I moved on, right? I wasn't doing personal training, business. No, I was personal training first, built my clientele up, then I moved on, right? It was YouTube, got on YouTube, started making dating advice, dating content. As I grew my personal brand with the dating, once I established my personal brand, then I was able to diversify. The beautiful thing about personal brand is that it allows you to diversify once people, right, take a liking to the message you're giving them. I said this video was going to be relatively short. It might not be. This might be a long ass video. I'm just letting y'all know. Because there's so many fucking mistakes that we make. All right? But what personal branding allows you to do is it allows you to then diversify in the future. But you gotta fill your bucket in, right, with all your energy and resources as much as possible. Then you can diversify. So most entrepreneurs don't even niche down good enough before they start to expand. They try to expand and then think that one of them is gonna hit, which it doesn't. That's not how being an entrepreneur works, okay? The second mistake that I see a lot of entrepreneurs make, right? A lot of entrepreneurs, what they do is, right, okay, this is another one. A lot of entrepreneurs I see, they copy instead of re-innovate. So what does this mean? Okay. Now, the first mistake was they're being too broad. Now, the next thing that they do is they try to see, okay, how can I copy all these people? Because whatever they're doing is working. And That's not the mindset you need to have. It never works. You can never copy somebody essentially because you can't copy their experiences. What I tell guys is you want to be original, but not unique. Okay? So when you are seeing what's working on the internet, right? Let's say you're trying to remake content or you're trying to establish yourself. And if your mindset is, let me go and do what they're doing to the T, you're going to come off as a copycat. What you want to do is you want to find topics. You want to find ideas that have already proven to be successful based on people who have come before you. And then what you want to do is you want to be original. I am not the first person to talk about business, but you can't copy my experiences when I'm telling you, hey man, I was an immigrant, moved to America when I was 9 years old, became an engineering student, didn't become an engineer, started personal training, met some millionaires who encouraged me to think outside of the box. I said, fuck engineering. I decided to start being a personal trainer. You can't copy that. So I'm not the first person to talk about business or teaching you how to establish a brand, but I'm focusing on being original. I know my story. I know what it took for me to become successful. And that's what I'm teaching people. I didn't make up personal branding. I didn't create the fucking term. I didn't invent personal branding. But I'm sharing my experiences, what worked and didn't work for me. And a lot of entrepreneurs, they copy too much instead of focusing on what makes them original. People want to relate to your story. People want to relate to your experiences, your failure. That's what a personal brand is. They don't want to come and watch your damn videos and you're regurgitating what other people have said. I don't even watch other people's videos. I don't watch it because I don't want nobody to ever say, oh man, FedEx Fearless, man, he just saying what this person's saying. There's no fucking way. I don't even watch their videos. No way. Ideas, oh, that video did well on that person's page. Okay, I'm gonna remake it. I'm gonna talk about my shit. That topic did well. People are interested in that topic. I'm gonna remake that topic. And then I'm gonna talk about my personal experiences. You can't change that. Okay? So focus on being original. Re-innovate. This person's video did well. This idea, what this person is doing is garnering a lot of attention. How do I take that? And how do I share my experiences so I can relate? I can take a proof of concept that's already working and get out there and make sure that people see my side of the story. Okay? So focus on being original, not unique. Don't copy what people are doing. Number 3, the third mistake that I see a lot of entrepreneurs doing, right? By far, trying to figure out everything on your own. By fucking far. What I'm telling you guys, man, I would have been so much fucking richer if I would have gotten help sooner. Man. Listen guys, let me just explain something to you. There are people who've already made mistakes than you, right? And a lot of us, especially entrepreneurs, right, we have this I'm Superman syndrome. That's what I'm gonna call it. I'm Superman syndrome. I can do it all. I can figure everything out on my own. I don't need nobody. Nobody's better than me. Nobody's smarter than me. You're trying to figure out everything on your own and you end up going no fucking where. You end up making little progress. You move like imagine the snail. I don't know how to fucking draw a snail. Imagine the fucking snail with his little head, right? You move like a fucking snail. My business did not transform. My business did not explode until I met my business partner. My content did not explode. My content did not innovate until I met my content director. You need people. You need people. Stop trying to figure it out on your own. What's funny is the person my dad named me after, right? For those of you guys who don't know my name is Bismarck, right? My full name is Bismarck. Make sure you guys can see this. Make sure y'all can see the board clearly. My first name is Bismarck. And what's funny is Bismarck was a German chancellor, right? Otto von Bismarck. And one of his famous quotes goes, "Fools learn from their own mistakes." Fools learn from their own mistakes. Wise men learn from the mistakes of others. The sooner you can get help, the better. It serves you no good to figure this out on your own. It doesn't. There is no brownie points for you taking longer to finish it on your own. None. People think, oh, if I just go through this entrepreneurship shit and I figured it out on my own. Yeah, I'm a self-made. Shut the fuck up. That shit doesn't mean a goddamn thing. You want to be able to have a team that allows you to reach new heights. Remove that fucking ego and start learning how to work with people, right? Bring people who you can teach and learn with and grow with that will expand your business. I have not met one company, one established company. You look at PayPal, you talk about the PayPal mafia, you look at DoorDash, the group of guys who made that, right? It's always been several people at an idea that allows it to transcend. You're not gonna fucking be a billionaire by yourself. It ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's always a team. So the sooner you stop fucking trying to learn everything on your own, the better. You're gonna save yourself a lot of stress, right? And you're gonna stop moving at snail speed if you learn to work with other people and learn, right, to collaborate so you can get smarter. If you're the smartest person on your team, if you're the smartest person you know, right, you're pretty stupid. I'm just gonna tell you the truth. If you're the smartest person in your company won't last long. I'm gonna tell you that right now. If you are the smartest person in your company will not last long. I'm just letting you know. Number 4, all right, now let's get into the nitty gritty. Let's talk about money, right? What are some mistakes that entrepreneurs are making and how to fix them fast? Okay, these are like the fundamentals. Now let's get into some nitty gritty. Number 4, right? Running. All right, I'm adding this one on here because I know it's so important, right? I'm praying you guys can see this shit. Essentially, running everything from a personal account. I made this mistake when I first started. I didn't realize what an LLC was. I didn't realize that I had to have a business bank. So I'm going to teach it to you guys. If you're an entrepreneur, first thing you want to do, buddy, is you want to go create an LLC, right? Limited Liability Corporation. I would argue you go set up an S Corp. You just skip all that bullshit and go straight to S Corp, because S Corp is going to give you the best tax benefits, right, under an LLC. That might be too complicated for one video. I don't want this to be an hour video, but I would just go straight to S Corp so you get the best benefits. Find a tax company, right, that you can work with on a month-to-month basis. It's super important. Guys, the IRS almost fucking killed me. I'm telling you guys this shit. I'm giving you mistakes. I'm telling you, the IRS almost had me before I could even make it. Them motherfuckers almost had me out of here. Right? Second year in business, I was running everything personal. Everything personal. I didn't have a business bank. Then these motherfuckers hit me with a bill. They hit me with a bill. That has to be my topic. I'm gonna add that one on because that's too important. Okay, but let's before we get there, you got to create an LLC, an S Corp, and a business bank so you can write things off, and it's easier for you to keep track of your spending. If you're running everything personal, you cannot write that shit off. I like giving real world examples. One of the students that I was onboarding into my personal branding mentorship, he was like, I'm gonna buy all these things you're telling me to buy so I can make my videos better. And I was like, yeah, man, just make sure you run it through your business bank. What? He's like, huh? I was like, yeah, your business bank. He's like, oh, I'm just running everything through my personal bank account. I'm like, bro, go set up your LLC right now. Go create a business banking. All your fucking transactions through your business must go through your business banking. All your income for the business will come through there. It's better you set that shit up now so you don't have problems in the future. Trust me. Trust me. Have everything run through your business bank. So all your expenses, all your withdrawals that go through the business are easily trackable. Okay? The IRS will not let you fucking write off anything that is personal. Guarantee you. Okay? Speaking of personal, speaking of the IRS, speaking of that, right? Once you set up your business banking and your LLC, make sure you're putting away 30% monthly for taxes. Guys, this was probably the biggest mistake I almost made that in my entrepreneurship career already had almost taken me out. So I'm gonna give you a quick story, all right? About 2 years into business, I'm a hot shot. I'm making 6 figures now, I'm a baller. Not saving for taxes, spending foolishly, buying designer, acting rich, and not focusing on being rich. Keep in mind, I'm an immigrant, right? I love nice things. I like nice things. And I'm like, damn, I finally made it. I'm finally starting to make some money. Not being smart, not learning personal finance, I was not putting away for taxes. Then my tax bill came, and I thought, like an idiot, oh, since I have a business, I'm not gonna owe much, right? I had business expenses. The motherfucking IRS hit me with a 6-figure bill. 6 figures. Over $100,000. Over $100,000 in a bill in 1 year. I'm not even at 7 figures yet. I'm like, well, how the fuck is this even possible? The first mistake I made was not going through an actual tax company. I went through fucking TurboTax. You a business owner? You better not ever touch TurboTax. They do not handle business entities. Go and find you a business entity tax company for your specific type of business. I went through TurboTax not knowing any better. And them motherfuckers said, well, yeah, your bill this year is going to be I think it's like $120,000. I was like, how the fuck is that even? I didn't even make 500. How the fuck am I owing 120? I started panicking. This was already tax. It was like I had to pay my taxes within a month. I'm like, where the fuck am I going to get this money from? I'm frantic. Hitting up everybody. Voila. Guess who comes to save you? My business partner. This dude is probably one of the best dudes I know around money. He is not going to waste a penny. Right? Him being in my life has helped me tremendously. This motherfucker is not going to spend, he's not going to waste a cent. That's the kind of person he is. I was quite the opposite. I'm getting better. I'm no longer the idiot I was a few years ago. But I'm not to his level yet. He's like, this is the company I use to do my taxes. They go through it every month. It's like a month-to-month thing. Like they're with you throughout the whole year. I hit them up. I'm like, yo, I'm freaking out. This is what I don't know what the fuck to do. My taxes are due in a month. Not even in a month, in a few weeks. What the fuck do I do? So they run through my numbers. I ended up on around 80. It wasn't 120 because I did, at that point, right, they were able to go in. I had to spend a lot of money for them to do that. I had to spend quite a bit of change, right? But I had to give the money I had so they could figure out how much I really owe. And it was around 80 bands. And I had none of that shit saved. None. I didn't have none of that shit saved. I was so fucking scared. I was like, bro, I'm a fucking idiot. I did not put any money away for taxes. I now owe this money. I now owe the IRS almost 6 figures. I don't have the money. This shit is due. And I still have to run a business. I still have to pay out employees. I still have to fucking pay for rent. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? So I had to get on a fucking payment plan with the IRS, pay as much as I could for that tax for when it was due, and literally for the next year, I couldn't buy anything, right? My whole goal was to pay down the taxes, while still making enough income to pay for my damn bills. So imagine the position I was in for a whole year. It was tough. It was tough. All right, the thing about a business is not easy. You're not gonna money gonna pop out of thin air. So you got to go work to earn the money. And now when you're owing so much money, you're like, fuck, I gotta go make this money to just survive, make more than to pay off what I owe. Please take it from me to always be putting 30% away for taxes. The IRS will get their money. And people be like, oh, well, you know, when you get rich enough, you can put away your taxes, you can have it in trust and all this stuff. That is true. But do you know how much it costs to set them things up? Do you know how much it costs to get an in-house tax team that is gonna save you millions a year? It's gonna cost around 6 figures, 6 to 7 figures. So all these people on the internet telling you, oh, well, you can structure it this way, you could put it in an offshore bank. The people who set those things up, they charge a lot of money. So if you're not ready, like the toughest part of entrepreneurship is when you're right around 7 figures. You're not making enough money yet to be able to afford to hide your money correctly. And you're making too much money to where you're not gonna get taxed. That's the worst. The position that I'm in right now, the 7-figure mark, 7 figures is not enough, especially low 7 figures. Maybe when you get to like, fuck no, 7. When you get to like mid 8 figures, you're talking 20 million a year, 20, 30 million a year. That's when you can have enough money where you can correctly put your money away so it doesn't affect you that bad. When you barely making a million a year, a million a year, fuck, you gotta pay the IRS 37%. 37%. Hopefully you bring that tax, that bill down from a million to around 200-300 because of your expenses in the business. So you don't have to pay 37%. You pay more like 27 or 32. But shit, you netting a million, you gonna have to pay them motherfuckers 300. This shit is real. 37% is 300,000. $300,000. This shit is real, buddy. So you better be putting 30% away. I just try to automate the shit as much as possible. I have a Google sheet to where at the end of the month, my tax company, they send me my net profits. That's why every month they send me a dashboard. Hey, FedEx Fearless, this was your net income. This was your profit. These were your expenses. This is how much you netted last month. I said, great. I'll take that net income times 0.30, and I just take that money and I just put it into a different tax account. It ain't my money. So I don't have a heart attack in the future. So the IRS, they can ask for whatever they want at the end of the year. Tax time is coming. Boom. Here's the bank account. Take your damn money. Listen to me, please. You're not going to get successful if you don't manage your expenses. You will get fucked up. You will get fucked. I'm telling you. Number 6, the 6th mistake that entrepreneurs make, right? The 6th mistake that entrepreneurs make, right, that is costing them money that they need to fix fast, right, is, I would say, half-assing So you guys know my handwriting is terrible, but essentially, this is a mistake I see a lot of entrepreneurs make. They're half-assing their products and services to make a quick buck. You're not gonna make money that way. You're not gonna make money that way. Please, I keep trying to tell this to guys. Your products and services have to be so fucking good that it's a no-brainer for people to keep paying. What a lot of people do is this, right? They try to put up some bullshit and they try to give it out as what people should pay for. People can see it's bullshit. They don't buy it. Then the entrepreneur is upset. Your products and services must solve the customer's problem. Your products and services must be a viable solution to your consumer, to your customer. You need to understand this. You gotta make your shit good. You have to make your shit good, right? And this is why I say you don't need to come out with 50 different products and services. Just come out with one that you know that can solve your customers' problems. Like we were talking about earlier, about not niching down. Same thing with making your products. You don't have to make 1,000 products. Make products that are good. Because you want to create goodwill, right? The way people buy from you is that whenever they buy something from you, it helps them. So you're training them to keep buying from you. If somebody buys something for you and what they buy from you, they don't get their reward, they will never buy from you again. You have to go above and beyond to make sure that your customer gets the value that they felt like they paid for and more. No, not even just they paid for. They have to feel like what they paid for superseded their expectations. What they paid for was unbelievable. That way they can keep coming back. This is why you should never overpromise. Never overpromise. Never. You want to underpromise, overdeliver. Say that with me. Underpromise, overdeliver. What you always want to do is you want to sell the challenges of how, like, hey man, I'm going to help you. You want this outcome. I can help you get this outcome, but it's going to be a lot of work. You're going to have to put in a lot of work. Let them come into the mind. Let the expectation management of your products and services not be a quick fix, but something that they need to dedicate themselves to. So when they come in and you already have systems that helps them get that even faster, they're like, whoa, I was expecting to come in here and suffer and go through pain and spend a long time before I saw a benefit, but you actually made me get to my results faster. Wow, FedEx Fearless, I love you. I want to keep paying you. The worst an entrepreneur could do is, yeah, man, I'm gonna make you 10K in the first week. I'm gonna make you 10K a month. Yeah, man, come join my program, bro. Come join my program. I'll make you 10K in a month. That motherfucker join your program, he don't make $1. Nah, he will never trust anything you say. No, it's gonna take you a while, man. You gotta put in some work, but if you're willing to put in the work, we will start to see some progress that will be able to change your life in the next 6 months. You come in, they have that mindset. Damn, I'm at the grind. I'm at to put in some work. It's gonna take me some time. It's gonna take me about 6 months to see some traction with this business thing. Okay, I'm gonna go after it. Then they start to see results in a month. You're like, whoa, what the fuck? I was expecting this. I got this. You see what I'm saying? You underpromise, you overdeliver. This is how you keep a great loop of recurring customers. You keep your MRR high. They want to pay you forever. Because every time you tell them something, you're telling them, nah, man, this is going to take you some work, but you give them their results faster. They love you. So always underpromise, overdeliver. And lastly, hope you guys can see that. Great communication gets you paid. Listen to me, buddy. If you don't know how to communicate your products and services, as a viable solution as an authority to your consumers' problems, you will never make money. So a lot of you guys are like, oh, this content thing, man. I don't want to get out there and make content, man. Content. I don't want to get on social media. Oh, I'm too good for social media. Motherfucker, you ain't gonna never make no bread. If you don't learn how to effectively communicate and effectively and accurately communicate your products and services as a solution, as a viable solution to your consumers' problems, they will never pay you. I've said this before. You are a media company. Yes, you're an entrepreneur, right? Yes, you have products and services, but you're essentially a media company. You have to figure out how to communicate through media that your products and services are a viable solution. You have to listen. You got to start practicing your speech. You got to start learning how to talk. You got to start learning how to make content. This is where the personal branding comes in. A lot of you guys, you don't want to get on social media, but it's fucking free. It's free. This YouTube channel you're watching me on, motherfucker, it's free to start. Use your fucking brain, man. You go spend $1,000 on paid advertising, which there's nothing wrong with paid ads. You can get to paid ads. But I built my 7-figure business from fucking social media, from personal branding. If you learn this fucking system, or you allow yourself to get taught by somebody like me, bro, you can use this free medium, the greatest opportunity vehicle in the history of time, social media, shit that you can go viral for fucking free, reach millions of people. A video of mine that does 1 million views. Do you know how much you would have to fucking pay to hit 1 million people on paid advertising? Do you know? Do you know how much you got to pay a fuck ton of money? The amount of money you're going to have to pay the same social media platforms. Let's say you wanted to advertise on Facebook. I'm going to give you some quick math. Let's say you wanted to advertise on Facebook and it costs you 10 cents per fucking click to reach one customer, to get one viewer, 10 cents per click. That's a great percentage. Do the fucking math on how much it would cost you to reach 1 million people, to get 1 million clicks. A fuck ton of money. So if you're not learning how to fucking communicate on social media, you're wasting your fucking time. You better learn. You better get on these fucking videos and start talking. Or watch my videos and learn how you're supposed to do it. Or you're going to be wasting a fuck ton of money trying to figure out paid advertising and it ain't getting you nothing. Okay? So these are the 7 mistakes that I see new entrepreneurs making, how to fix them fast. All right, guys, I'll get back with you guys next time.